Shout out to all the original artists and shit out there that stay themselves regardless of what's the trending topic or what's the wave, what's the best way, or I ain't gonna say the best way, but what's like the in thing, what's the new fad, you know? Back in the DZ, a lot of people saw the gangster rap shit and they were like, all right, I'm gonna re-emulate that. You know, they got their pants sagging down like that's gangster when that's some gay sign of getting your booty hole taken in prison type shit. But they let these gangster rap niggas from back in the late 80s and early 90s make it seem like that was cool to have gang ties and your pants sagging with bandanas on your head and fuck the police and all that and the third. So it was nothing more than symbolism, like labeling something for somebody else to say, no, it's like this, and then the opposing side to say, no, it's like that, and then we argue and go back and forth. It's the same thing with anything that's a topic, whether it be religion, whether it be entertainment, whether it be sports. They label shit for you should know if you follow Islam, if you follow Christianity, Judaism, you should know that it is abhorrent to your God to try to say someone is wrong for their spiritual belief or for what the way they live their life. You're not supposed to cast aspersions on them and tell them they're wrong. You're not supposed to do it like this because my God said do it like that. That's not the way it's supposed to be. For everybody have their path to walk. And we can all give advice and try to help people out, but there's a difference between speaking to someone to try to help them and speaking at them, telling them that they're doing something wrong and they should do it this way. With that being said, they label so much stuff, and when you on one side of that label, another person can say I'm on this side, and that's where the indifference comes from, and we're at each other's throats. But I say that to say this: as consumers of music, before we became artists, producers, or what everybody does in music entertainment, we were fans of it, or we were admirers of the art. And growing up, listening to artists before it was this era of being able to get magazine interviews that expose certain things, or being able to see internet blogs of exposing this person took these lyrics or this person wrote for that person. If you didn't listen to, I mean, if you didn't like grip that booklet inside your CD back when you was copping albums and read those song titles and read the songwriters, and you saw like 5 to 7 names, sometimes more, your artist that's actually performing the words is not the artist whose name is up there as the first person that's contributing as a songwriter. It's just like ingredients on a package of food. The stuff that you see as the first ingredients are the things that get added the most of. So if you see enriched wheat flour, then sugar, those two things make up almost 70% of the thing that you are consuming, sometimes more than that. But I say that to say this: when you see inside of a booklet artist song credit writing and all the names that you see as the songwriters and contributing artists, they go in the order of the percentage that they contributed. So if you see, like, for instance, Lil Wayne, and you go to the first Carter, and you look and see song titles on there, who name is before Lil Wayne on the majority of them songs? Just because I did that, y'all should know. But if not, right, that's who name is on that jump. And it's before the person who's actually performing the motherfucking music, whose album it is. So I'm gonna say that he contributed more to the lyrical content on that album and those songs than the actual performing artist. Now, I say all that to put it here. If we critique these artists for stuff like having ghostwriters and giving them less credence for that, for talking all this gangster street shit and guns and drugs and all that, but they not really about it and they get exposed on YouTube or whatever, somebody put out a video or expose, or DJ Academics do a report and find out that the bull got exposed, he not really about that life, he got robbed in public and nobody did nothing, he got fought by one person and he got beat up and never came back and fought him and shot the fade for a rematch, or talked all that gangster shit that he talked on his records and pulled out no strap. None of that stuff happened. So as consumers of music who buy it, who stream it, who listen to it and download it, we critique artists on a lot of different aspects. So as an artist yourself, how can you be sitting somewhere talking about industry artists as well as in the street artists and how authenticity is not real, they not really living it, and then turn around and they play some murder, death, homicide song that you came out with and you ain't living none of that shit? You ain't never pull up on a corner of a block and lower your window and shoot the Glock. You ain't never get revenge on a nigga that tried to do something to you and then it happened and then you rolled back and killed him. And I'm not glorifying violence, but what I'm saying is, if you're an artist, just like an R&B artist, if an R&B artist is sitting on a joint singing about loving the opposite sex, whether it's a female singing about loving a man, or a man singing about loving a woman, whether the song is about used to be with you, but then all of a sudden it went bad and I'm trying to get you back, or if it's the I'm sorry for 2004 type of song, you would think that that R&B artist is attracted to and have had relations with the opposite sex that they're singing to. And then when it comes out later on that those people were lesbian, transgendered, or homosexual or bisexual, you be like, oh man, that's bullshit. Like, they had me fooled. Or they had me fooled. Or they singing all these songs to girls, or they singing all these songs to guys when they really like the same team. They not really, you know, heterosexual. You understand what I'm saying? So if we critique artists like that, then why can't we critique ourselves? Why is it okay for us to go, oh, that nigga fake and he ain't really living what he's spitting, but then you make an album or make a mixtape or make a track talking all this, pulling out the chopper and papa, don't care who called the coppers, you going to the doctor type murder, death, homicide shit. That's not the exact lyrics. I'm just, you know, giving you an example through some of the way people be rapping. You critiquing all these other artists, you completely avoiding showing love to your city. And we got that problem here in Philadelphia. Somebody asks you like who hot in Philly or something like that. Niggas nowadays, and it's been going on forever, because Philly don't got no unity like that. So it'd be like, oh man, I don't really be listening to niggas like that. No disrespect, you know, they cool and all, but you know me, I just be listening to other shit or listening to myself. I don't even be listening and checking for these niggas, you know what I'm saying? When there's nothing wrong with saying that people did a good job. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with acknowledging other talented individuals, especially if you a nobody and you sitting, you know what I'm saying, in your dad crib and you just got a regular job and you a regular independent nigga, no following, no label, no nothing, just a Dat Piff account. You don't have the right to be trying to brush off niggas who then went through those stages but still put money, whether they trapping, whether they working, they put money into their career and be doing shit and moving shit and got noticeable followers and people that come to their shows. They can book, whether they opening or whether they closing, they can book TLA and shit like that, and they can book all these places. You can't book none of that. You can't even be an opening act for the opening act at any of them places. You never step foot on none of them stages like that in your own city. But we hate on each other so much. We can't be like, somebody asks me on the radio, yo, who you like in Philly? Like, who else is hot in Philly? I be saying all these names. Some people you probably never heard of because they don't have no industry backing, or they're not niggas that was, you know what I'm saying, super street niggas the whole time through. They just niggas who rap and I fuck what they spit. You know what I'm saying? Then you won't hear the niggas that's independent around the city, like the Kerr, the Lights, Cameras, the Gillies, and all that shit. You gonna hear all that. You gonna hear about Hayes, you know what I'm saying, and all that. It ain't gonna be like, oh no, they all cool, I don't fuck with them like that. You know what I'm saying? Like on some Cassidy shit back in the day when he asked him about Gilly, and he like, who is Gilly? What does he ever do? What record did he ever drop? Like, how can you say that he's the king of Philly when he didn't even drop like shit like that? That's fucking hating. And I don't care if Cass see this. That was fucking hating, Cass. That nigga just asked you about a regular joint. It wasn't even no beef. You turned it into some nut ass shit. Had Gilly doing videos coming through your block and having niggas on your block not vouching for you. See, that's what I'm saying. I ain't never had no sucker card drawed on me. I've been rapping since I was 14, but I came out and started putting music out when I was 18. Bro, I done said some murder, death, homicide shit. I done talked about loving bitches. I done talked about driving cars and all types of shit. Ain't nobody never fist fight me or try to stab me and shoot me because my lyrics was too gangster and niggas know for a fact it's bullshit. Ain't nobody never punched me in my face and beat me up one-on-one because of my lyrics and I didn't never do nothing about it. Nah, bro. That's why I can't stand behind niggas. I told niggas I used to work with years ago, bro, I can't back no frauds. I still feel the same way. And watching these different interviews on different platforms, everybody's a podcast dude or everybody's a blogger now. And when I be seeing certain motherfuckers and how they be like, you know what I'm saying, like, and doing these stank faces and gangster shit, like, bro, you don't be like that in your hood. Niggas don't know you in your hood for doing nothing but goofy shit. And then ride niggas' coattails trying to be on they shit. They don't know you for doing nothing. For the niggas that know niggas that hustle crazy, look at the entourage they got around them. Them niggas not known for nothing but being around and laughing at niggas' jokes and shit like that. For the rappers that go to the the little basketball games and all that, and you be seeing some of the niggas that with them niggas don't really be about nothing. Them niggas just be hanging around because that's they man. They grew up together. They homie ain't gonna be like, get the fuck out of here. Like, that's my homie. He with us. And if you disrespect him, we'll beat the dog shit out you. But at the end of the day, that homie know in his head, the boy not contributing for real, for real. He's emotional. He do reckless shit. And a lot of people don't get that. And like I said, I hear this shit, it'd be offensive to me. Because how on one end, if we're just fans of music, we can critique artists that get exposed for not being the real artists that they are and shit like that. But then when you the artist who actually lying and bullshitting, it's a wrong thing if somebody say something. Like, I know a lot of different artists, bro. It ain't just niggas I work with AFG or with my squad and my family and friends. No, I know a lot of artists. And that's why a lot of people fuck with me. That's why you see my name producing certain beats or being a featured artist on certain tracks or being able to reach out to certain individuals and they send me their music to play on radio AFG Live because Haak ain't never have a suck-ass record. And I don't mean record like song. I mean, I don't have a track record of doing bad business. Stealing people beats like certain niggas have done. Telling stories and whispering behind niggas' backs like grown-ass men and women have done. Shysting niggas out of deals and money like certain niggas and bitches have done. I've never done shit like that. That's why I'm cool in my hood in West, in Southwest, North, and in South. Then we go on the outskirts of Chester and Westchester and Phoenixville, Lawrenceville, and shit like that. Collinsdale, Valley Forge, Scranton even, Williamsport a little bit. And I ain't never had to duck my head or put my hoodie down and walk slower or nothing like that. Because I'm not a suck-ass nigga. And I'm not a vanity coveter. I don't care about the flashy pop of jewelry and the $1,500 sneaks and all that. You shouldn't covet vanity and worship money and shit like that. But y'all the people that talk about being Muslim or being Christians and all that. Well, if you are, then you should know you shouldn't be like that. So you can't say certain words out your mouth when it's beneficial to you, but then you live like a kafir or live like a jinn the whole rest of your life and all the other shit that you do. Whether it's in life or in music. I can't stand behind that. That's why it's been Haak solo, man. I let it be known years ago that I wasn't with none of the bullshit. And certain things happened that allowed the bullshit to be alleviated from me. Why would my name be mentioned in anything? I don't know. But that's why it's done in a way to where it's not direct. Because if it's direct, I'm going to directly respond to that. And it's not going to be a lyrical battle or nothing like that. I'm just going to stomp shit out. Just put one story out, stomp the whole shit out, and it's a wrap. I got too much realness on my side. I don't do shit for trolls and pops and clickbaits and all that. That's why I don't have 15 million views and 1,000 million fucking subscribers. I'm a real one. You might want to try that sometime, independent artists.